I'd just like to go through, my name is Bob Cook, I'm one of the automotive instructors here at the community college, so welcome. I'm glad to see a nice turnout. Just a couple things logistically. Real quick, cell phone servicing here gets kind of difficult. So if cell phone service, if you need to make a phone call, the best thing to do is go out toward the outside or the front of the building. Okay? If you're inside of here and you're going to be in here all day, you're probably better off turning your phone off. Other than that, it's going to search and search and search, and you're going to be like, what happened to my battery? Okay? And number two, anybody that smokes, you've got to go outside of the building, straight across out to the front doors. And the last thing, bathrooms, there's some right here to the right up a hallway, right down to my left, or down the hallway that you come up on, and also out in the auto bay. There's both men and women's bathrooms for anybody that needs those services. Again, thanks for coming, and at this time I'd just like to introduce Mr. Rick Price.
This is our fourth annual event that we've held here at CCAC, and I think it's going to be our best. With over 280 people that were registered prior as of this morning, we were set to have close to 40 alternative fuel vehicles here. I did have a couple last-minute cancelizations. We have a great venue for you all. Our committee done a great job in devising breakout sessions and gathering speakers and vehicles. But there's a vast array of vehicles, from electric bicycles, biodiesel, propane, natural gas, electric, plug-in electric. Please stop by the vendor tables. We have 6 vehicles right outside the front door on the left-hand side are available for ride and drive. One of our attendees will ride with you, but you can ride them around the building there as well. Please take an opportunity, if you haven't driven a natural gas truck or a natural gas car or a propane van and a Chevy Volt. If you want to drive those vehicles, normally during the breaks, we have an hour and 15. We have about an hour and 15 minutes for lunch, where we're going to be doing some demonstrations in the high bay area. People saw the Prius that has been cut in half out there. There'll be a demonstration on that. We have a Tesla that's going to be out there with a demonstration on that as well. And then after the 2:15 session, you can also take a ride drive for what's still there. Please stand around if you haven't thrown your business cards in that little green bowl out there. We're going to be giving away $800 worth of Visa and Ditko cards at 2:30. So please use this as a venue to learn, to ask questions, and to network for us to move alternative fuels forward.
All right, thanks, Rick. Hey, at this time, I'd just like to introduce Dr. Mary Lou Kennedy. She is the interim campus president here at the North Campus and the West Hill Center.
Good morning. Welcome to West Hill Center, the Community College of Allegheny County. It's always a pleasure to have folks who have not had the opportunity to be here at West Hills to come and see our facilities. They really are state-of-the-art, and I hope that you have an opportunity to explore what we have to offer as well as what is being offered for Odyssey Day. CCAC is proud to partner with Pittsburgh Region Clean Cities and to bring Odyssey Day again to our region. Today's activities bring together our region to promote the use of alternative fuel and advanced technology vehicles. It's really exciting to see what is out there and where we can be going. Through our partnership with the Pittsburgh Region Clean Cities and our involvement with Odyssey Day, our faculty, and as a result of our faculty, our students, have the opportunity to expand their knowledge of new technologies related to clean transportation technology. I want to take an opportunity to thank our faculty and our staff who helped to put this day together. Without them, we wouldn't be able to have this opportunity. And we're really glad that you're here. If there's anything that you need, please stop at the front desk. They'll be more than happy to help direct you, guide you, or get you what you may need. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce our Pittsburgh Region Clean Cities President. I think she's here. Miss Jan Lauer.
Well, welcome to all. We have a great turnout today. It's really exciting. The region's alternative fuel industry has grown by leaps and bounds over the past 3 years. And I think to some degree, Clean Cities and certainly Rick, now for those of you that aren't aware of this, Rick put this together with a hip replacement less than a month ago. So like I said, we can take some credit, but the real credit goes to the businesses and the fleet operators, you in this room that have been willing to step forward as the real pioneers and leaders in this space. So I hope you enjoy the day. I think we have a great program for you, so carry the torch.
Again, we have a number of our board of directors here. I work for a board of directors. Would all the board of directors stand up, please? Our board of directors kind of leads us in where we go. We're in partnership with the Department of Energy. They lead us in each of the areas, as well as legislative, administrative, and communications. With that being said, I'd like at this time to bring up a special guest, Senator Tim Sullivan.
Thank you, Rick, and it's great to be here at Odyssey Day. And I'd like to thank Rick for his leadership and guidance. I've used him on many occasions on events that we've had through our senatorial district dealing with natural gas issues, and obviously he being one of the key lead players with the alternative fuel direction. It's been great to work along with him. It's also ironic that I come bearing greetings from the governor, and here you have a Democrat senator reading a letter from a Republican governor. And it goes to show you one thing. Energy crosses all the borders. It's not a partisan issue. It's something that's very important for not only our state, but our country. And actually it's become a very global issue. And you know, the governor has been a great leader for us all to work with on the energy industry, how we've processed the ability to work with the industry for not only from the well pad side of things, but now, as you see with today's demonstrations today, how the downstream use of this energy that we've been pulling out of our ground for now 5 or 6 years very heavily, what it means to our region. And it's unique because we also have a group of students that are here from the Mon Valley Career Technical Center that's also going to be participating in today's events. They are in a program, one of the first in the state, for high school students to teach them the means of well pad operation. So they're going to get to see not only what they're learning about as far as pulling this natural resource out of the ground, but some of the great opportunities now that it will afford them from a technology side, a transportation side, and an end-use side. So they're going to get to see from A to Z, and I think it'll be a great learning opportunity for them. And I just want to thank Esther Clark from the Career Link Center and Southwest Training Services in Washington. She's worked with high school students for many years, even though she looks like she's still a high school student herself, but has helped them understand opportunities available to them. And Esther, thank you for bringing the crew out, and for the Marcellus Shell Academy for sponsoring the bus and Mr. Gasai and his group, and Beth for working along with them. So giving some students a great opportunity, because all us gray hairs aren't going to have the opportunity that these students are going to have now to expand this industry as it goes forward. So a great opportunity for them. So if you're a leader in this industry, if you're an employer in this industry, I think being able to share with them the opportunities that are out there are great. We've created a career directory for students to look at and understand the opportunities. And I was telling one of the reporters, you know, it's from blue collar entry work to PhD work, the opportunities in this industry. It's something we'll probably never see, something that's going on right now in this industry. We'll never get to see anything like this again in our lifetime, I think. And we've got to capture the moment, the opportunity to make the Pennsylvania as well as the country a world provider in energy. And if you read any of the New York journals and some of the other stuff, when you see a lot of these other countries who were predominantly the energy providers to the world for many, many years, they're scared to death. And not only Pennsylvania, but the U.S. is going to capture the energy world and be a leader and take things over. And hey, what the heck, it'd be nice to have some of them fancy things that you have over there in the Middle East, where all our money's been going for many, many years. See that coming back to our country and letting our folks benefit by those opportunities. So from the governor, it is his pleasure to join with the Pittsburgh Regional Clean Cities in its sponsorship of the National Alternative Fuels Training Consortium, and to welcome everybody gathered here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for this Odyssey Day. Since its inception in 2002, Odyssey Day has been designed to educate the public about environmentally conscious transportation technologies and promote the use of alternative fuels. He commends the Pittsburgh Regional Clean Cities and its commitment to the environmental responsibility, energy diversity, and energy conservation. It is his hope that the organization will continue to expand the energy sector and advance technology improvements that utilize our abundant natural resources, so that we can chart a course towards sustaining economic prosperity for generations to come. And the governor says, on behalf of all Pennsylvanians, it is a pleasure to welcome everyone gathered, and his sincere gratitude to Pittsburgh Regional Clean Cities for its commitment to environmental stewardship, and extends his best wishes for the event. I too also extend that same to all of you, whether it's your first time out or been here for every event that's gone on. We are at the threshold, I think, of some fantastic opportunities, and we've got to do it right. We got the opportunity. We got an industry partners out there that want to do it right. We have technological experts like yourselves that are taking advantage of that and doing it right. And now it's just being able to convince the rest of the world, and maybe we just started a little piece of Pennsylvania, that this is a great opportunity and the right way to go. So again, enjoy your day, and thank you for the opportunity to make it.
Everybody knows the government shutdown, right? I'm a retiree from the federal government. Senator Casey was supposed to send us a video that we were all going to be able to listen to, but they can't even get a film done because the government shutdown. So what I'd like to do is basically read a little bit about a bill that Senator Casey unveiled in June about new legislation for Pennsylvania's clean energy infrastructure and to get more fuel trucks on the road. Casey details his approach. They could boost Pennsylvania's alternative energy industry and spark economic growth by adding clean fuel stations along the federal interstates and allowing projects to support clean vehicles and eligible to receive increased funding from the Department of Transportation. In Pennsylvania, become a leader in alternative energy and has a substantial impact on jobs and economic. This legislation can help Pennsylvania take the next step in development of alternative fuels, putting in place more clean energy infrastructure, making it easier for businesses to transport their goods using alternative energy will help these businesses grow. This bill, the Clean Vehicle Corridor Act, will allow the Department of Transportation to establish clean vehicle corridors along interstate highways across the country. These vehicle areas would contain infrastructure necessary to refuel clean vehicles and would also modify weight restrictions on heavier clean vehicle trucks. The clean vehicle corridors would encourage promotion of CNG, LNG, LPG, plug-in electric, advanced biofuels, hydrogen, and other clean fuels. Additionally, the clean corridors will facilitate and develop policies and planning needed to put in place these cleaner fuel infrastructures for vehicles, such as stations, rest stops, travel plazas, other service areas on federal and private property that are found to be more practical along the vehicle corridor. Additionally, the bill also states that it would modify HOV and HOT restrictions that would allow for where you don't have to have multiple people in the car, that you could ride individually in a cleaner vehicle. So sorry we didn't have the video there. So I think everybody knows, well, if you want to put up Barbara's thing. Our theme this year is Pennsylvania refueling American for the next 100 years. And I'm going to ask Barbara Brantano from Gladstein Nidros. They're also the Honda Northeast dealer, but they also were the company that wrote the Marcellus Shale report. So I'm going to introduce Barbara Brantano.
Good morning, Pittsburgh. I'm Barbara Brentano with Gladstein Nidros and Associates, G&A. And yes, we are under contract with American Honda to represent Pacific Natural Gas in the Northeast. You guys should be very proud to be from this region. Pittsburgh has been responsible for a number of firsts in our history. First public television station, first Big Mac, first Internet Smiley, emoticon. 100 years ago, you were responsible for another first. The very first service gasoline station for automobiles was built out on Baum Boulevard. And I went out there the other day, and there's a commemorative plaque there where it once stood. Nothing remains of it. It's a parking lot. But nonetheless, this was a very important contribution. Gulf, they called it Gulf Good Gasoline. It was the first drive-in service station where you could go and get your car serviced. You didn't go to the blacksmith or the general store. And this spawned fueling stations all across the country. So with our theme today, here you can read what the plaque says. And hold off on, there's one more slide, hold off a second on that. The theme today is for the next 100 years, and this is my third Odyssey Day, and I can absolutely tell you Pittsburgh is the epicenter of what is going on with this natural gas revolution right now. So congratulate yourselves. And yesterday, I fueled the Honda Civic natural gas. You can put up the next slide. And gasoline currently in Pittsburgh is $3.40, $3.50 a gallon. So $1.89 yesterday out at the EQT station on the Strip, and fueled my car for $9.54. All right, so continue.
Well, would you put up the under my welcome slide? I have, again, since the government is shut down.
Oh,
All right, federal government. We were supposed to have folks from, it should be under the welcome thing, Bob. It should be a slide, just about 4 or 5 slides. It should be, welcome. I can't see which. Maybe I didn't do that one. Okay, well, see that? I've been running around for the last week trying to do all this. And what I wanted to really show you, the DOE, that I was going to talk a little bit about just the Clean Cities program in general, that you know, we're in partnership. The Clean Cities program is run out of the Department of Energy and through the, I believe it's the EERE program, the Energy Efficient Renewable Energy, and the vehicle program there. But we just today, I mean this year, Clean Cities has celebrated their 20th anniversary. Just this year, Barbara and I and a number of folks were down in Washington, D.C. A lot of folks were recognized for that. And again, you know, you have to understand the mission of Clean Cities. Clean Cities is basically to help promote the use of alternative fuels, reduction in petroleum-based fuels, but working on local initiatives and cleaning the environment. But the main thing there too is energy security. You're going to hear that a lot today about energy security, because I don't like paying $60 and $70 a fill up in my vehicles. I like the $9 and $10 ones or $15 ones, and it's right here in Pennsylvania. But basically what I was going to show you is the regions that the Clean Cities has, and we're in the Mid-Atlantic region. We were combined with the Great Lakes, and we split. We just reorganized again, and Ohio is now part of the Mid-Atlantic region. So we have Ohio, and we have West Virginia, and Delaware, and New Jersey, and Washington, D.C. So we're trying to work with all those coordinators in those areas to build corridors and build the stations. Anybody who's been on Interstate 80 lately, there's 3 natural gas stations and an LNG station on Interstate 80 now. 79 has a number of them right now. And we're trying to get them all the way up to Erie and across 90. There is one just across the border in New York. And so we're going to be able to drive across. Interstate 70 we're working on, trying to get that. There are some being built on the other side of the state. But we want to be able to go all across our state without having to worry about that. So with that being said, I would like to ask, let me put the fight in. I'd ask our sponsor. This year was the first year we asked for sponsors, and it filled up so much. I can't do it. So I'd like each sponsor. I'd like the FIDA Energy Solutions to come up as big as they sponsored the coffee and donuts today.
Put it in there. Take just a second. We loaded it, but August 21st. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Community College, Allegheny County, Senator Solvay. 3 or 4 years ago, when we first looked out here, there would be 10 people, Rick. We would have our coffee and donuts and figure out what we're going to do. But today, it is absolutely fantastic to look out here to see Dave Dudo with EMAG, Mike Licker with Giant Eagle, and several other fleet ownership out here that have taken that leap of faith here in the state of Pennsylvania. PA is truly the leader in this region of the United States in many, many ways. And I work in multiple states, and they're jealous. Pennsylvania is absolutely leading the way, and they're trying to emulate what's being done in this great state. And the people from the private and the public sector in this state should be very, very proud of what they've done so far. Because there's an awful lot of people that are, and we're starting to get some momentum, getting to critical mass, and we're going to have, we're going. There are many fleets in here now that I know that are sitting here today that have dedicated CNG trucks, big trucks, tractors, and other trucks on order. And you know, in Pennsylvania and Ohio, sitting on our property today, we probably have 35 to 40 dedicated big truck, 12-liter engine trucks and tractors that are going to be deployed in Pennsylvania and Ohio. And we've got a lot more coming over the next 6 months that are going to be put into service in the region. But we're very excited about it. I'll tell you a little bit about, real quickly, for our time issues, is that FIDA Energy Solutions is located in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania. We're an alternative fuels vehicle company. We work and we do lots of conversions on light-duty vehicles, from airport shuttles, police cars, taxis, in the realm of biofuel technologies where it runs on gasoline and or propane and compressed natural gas. So there's a lot of choices there. We're also, we work on the big truck side where the Mack dealers, the Peterbilt dealers, the Auto Car, and other Freightliner dealers in the region are sending their brand new trucks that are coming out of the factory to get high-pressure CNG fuel systems installed, as well as propane systems installed, etc. Then we have some technologies where we're taking current diesel engine platforms that are on vehicles, and we don't do everything, but we do some very, very well. but create those into dual fuel technology where we're using natural gas and diesel simultaneously to run the equipment. So we've been doing this several years. We have some expertise and a lot of skill sets there that have fit many fleets in this 5-state area, and we have clients from Colorado to New Jersey to Florida. And we're proud of what we're doing. We continue to do what we do, but there's an awful lot of other folks here. If you go to these workshops this morning, there's some new stuff. There's a lot of people that do very similar processes with different types of equipment that are very, very good at what they do. So take a look at it. There's a lot of new technologies, and these seminars are a little bit different than last year. We're getting into financing and how do you get this, put it all together. And that's what these are going to be very, very good to attend today. Please stick around for them. And there's a few special announcements that are going to be put out throughout the day. I would like to just throw this out here. I'd like to ask a couple people real quick to come up because I want to put a very big surprise out here on the floor that I'm pretty confident that nobody else knows about. Is Mr. Bob Beatty in the room and Mr. Ron Schramm. Can you come up for a second? Bob Beatty is the president of O-Ring CNG out of Brookville, Pennsylvania. Mr. Ron Schramm's the president of ProGas out of Zealand, Opal, Pennsylvania. In our companies, I just wanted to throw this out there, if there's any companies that would like to get involved and do some light-duty conversions and do the commitments this fourth quarter of this year between our companies and our suppliers and vendor chains, we're going to be providing a $1,000 fuel card for every vehicle that's converted so that you can buy compressed natural gas or propane at the filling stations for your vehicles. And we couldn't have done that without these gentlemen and their support and their vendors as well. And that's just an example. That's an example of what Pennsylvania companies are trying to promote, and they do an outstanding job of doing so. But the big announcement, and I'll let Mr. Beatty fill it out, finish it off here. Bob, if you'd like to take the mic here for just a second, because I think you all will love about what he's fixing to say.
Good morning. Pleasure to see so many people here. We've kind of tried to make it a tradition whenever we all get together that we announce big events. And before I do that, I'd like two of my partners in crime to come up here. Tejas, where are you? And Dr. G, come on up here, please. We have seen an increase in Pennsylvania of roughly 100% in 2 years in the number of CNG stations. And I'm very happy to say that that's been largely a result of people stepping up to the plate, building CNG stations with us and other CNG manufacturers. At about an hour ago this morning, Tejas and his father signed an order with me to build a station at Bentleyville, Pennsylvania in the spring of 2014.
Real quick, I'm a huge cheerleader for a lot of the people I look up to, and that's many of the folks in this room, but we love shale. We love what's happening with alternative fuels. We've been here every year, and I wanted to say, I don't think enough people know how hard it is to do all the things that have been done. So we like to do things in a fun way with things like this, and everyone here is invited to an event we're hosting in Bentleyville called the Wing Awards, Women in Natural Gas. And I wanted to say, Lutisha, I've been looking up to you for years. You're going to be winning one of those awards. And also, I couldn't do any of these things without all the people that I do look up to and the people that help me get all these things accomplished. So thank you, Dad, for letting me dream in the CNG world and the alternative fuel world. And thank you all for being a part of this.
You must be wondering, I'm a physician, I'm a doctor, that's what I do. I work 55, 60 hours a week. Senator knows me as a doctor, and 4 or 5 years ago, I started looking at this thing with Vegas. And this is the right time. I think we got to be cheerleader for each other. And person like Latisha, she will come on the evening, on Wednesday evening, somewhere 3 hours distance from here, and show me how this station works. With all your support, we are looking into starting about 3 CNG stations in 2014, and by early 2015, we'll have 5 CNG gas stations with this kind of team. You are the team. And it'll be in corridor of 70 and 79, and we are looking forward to your support. Thank you.
I'd just like to reiterate, this couldn't be possible without the team that we've put together, and I appreciate the confidence that these gentlemen have put in our company and the cooperation of People's Gas and other people in the room that we've managed to put this all together. Again, Pennsylvania's leading the charge, and we've had 100% growth in 2 years, and I'm proud to say that we've been part of almost 40% of that growth directly with stations that we're building in Pennsylvania, with partners and jobs we've done alone. So thank you everybody that had a part in this, and we're looking forward to getting that first one up and the other 4 throughout 2014.
Kind of smiling now because I didn't even know this was being announced. So, you know, I've been working at this for a lot of years. Took over the PRCC in September of 2010. The slideshows you saw earlier were pictures from our 2010, our 2011, and our 2012. We're running just a little bit behind, but I don't mind running behind when you get announcements like this. Interstate 70, yes. We got to get one somewhere in the middle of the turnpike, and then we can go everywhere we want to go there. So that's a great announcement. You know, I've been around these folks for a lot of years. I attend the Marcellus Shale, the Elite Energy event. It's like the third week of third Thursday of every month out at the Bentleyville Holiday Inn. Class organization. It's all about gas. 150 people get there. Again, I've talked a lot of times with Dr. Gosai and his family. We take vehicles out there and let people drive as well. But you know, again, Ron Tram being part of this as well, and propane. When I've asked station people who are putting it in, I'm also asking them to put in propane refueling, because there's a lot of folks where natural gas might not be right for their thing, but propane is, and there's still cost savings to go on. We don't really care what kind of alternative fuel or technology. We just want to reduce petroleum-based fuels, and it also cleans the emissions. So however we can do that. With that being said, I'm going to ask those, if you take your agenda and you look at your rooms, down this hallway over here at the end are 3 rooms, 1306, 1307, and 1308. And that for those who are going to have the funding opportunities, you can stay here because the funding opportunities here. We're going to convene back here at 11:15. We have County Exec Rich Fitzgerald to come to speak, and then we're going to have lunch. So please go to the breakout sessions you want to, and we'll see you again.